What's going on? It's been a while. I haven't made a drunk cooking video in like 3 months. So we're back. A couple weeks ago I bought some pickles. They were really f***ing good. So today I'm gonna make some f***ing pickles. And these are gonna be boozy, spicy pickles. I used to work as a prep cook and I've made pickles a couple times, but I've never made them on my own from my own recipe. So we're gonna royally f*** it up this time. And because this is drunk cooking, as always, there will be alcohol in it, and there will also be alcohol in me. Today will be Duggan's Dew Scotch. I'm not going to add a ton of it to the pickles because I don't want them to be super whiskey Scotch forward, but I want them to have a little bit of that taste in there. I'm going to pour myself a little bit to get started because I can't do this while I'm sober. Remember, cooking sober is a sin, said the great man, Steve. My boy, Steve. Shout out to Steve. Oh, I got my fancy glass too. I don't know if you guys have seen these. Bottle Logic out of California. These are the most expensive glasses that I own, but I love them. I want to start with a little bit because I can always have more, and I want to make sure I have enough of this left for the actual thing that I'm making. I edit these videos so heavily, guys. I just want you to know that. There is so much awkward silence in between everything that I'm saying. I'm so awkward on camera, but I try not to show it. Get this party started right. Cheers. Oh, God. Oh, this is going to be a long video. I don't know if I can drink just this. I might have to mix that with something. Either way, that's strong as though, so I'm getting drunk today. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, after one sip of that whiskey, it made me gag. Even watered down with the ice. There's no way I'm drinking that whole thing. So instead, poured myself a nice big glass of this. Merriweather ciders out of Garden City, Idaho. And this is their Uncharted, 8.5% Imperial. It's not whiskey, you know, but I've had a lot of these. One or two of these will mess me up. So you have that to look forward to. I love cider. I can drink that all day, and I just might. Alright, so we're about to get started with this. So I have everything together that I'm going to be using for this. So I'm not just going to pickle cucumbers to make like normal pickles. I'm going to use a little bit more than that. So I have mini seedless cucumbers. I have 2 beets. I have 2 habaneros and about 5 carrots. So first thing that we got to do, obviously, is cut these all up into the sizes that we actually want from them. I'm going to split this up into multiple containers too when it's all done, because I'm probably going to give away a decent amount of these as gifts to some of my coworkers, because they always give me cool stuff that they make. Hopefully this turns out well and I can actually impress them, because let's be honest, it feels really good to impress people when you make some good food, right? Alright, so I got everything set up. I have my beet, carrots, cucumbers that I haven't done anything to yet, and then 2 large habaneros. So this actually might be spicier than I would like it to be, but I can handle that, so that's okay. And I'll be drunk when I try it. Start getting these cut up. Should grab another bin though. This is not optimal, but it'll work. My kitchen's not big enough for this, man. This is not cool. For the carrots, when I used to make these, we would split them like long ways and then basically make like the carrot matchsticks. But I think in this case, to fit like the pickle theme and everything more, I'm gonna do like the slices kind of like the pickle chips. You know, it'll look cool with all the little stuff floating around too. How much does this recipe make? And the answer is it makes however the much I bought. I did not measure anything. I am using everything that I bought. I am very roughly eyeballing everything, and I'm hoping for the best. So let's get all this cut up. I'll probably put this in fast forward motion because this will take a minute. Alright, so while I'm cutting these, we got a minute, so guess I'll talk to you guys for a second. First thing that I want to say, this knife that I'm using is my favorite one that I own. This is one that my friend Steve, the one that I've mentioned a couple times in this video, gave me, and I use this all the time. And also another reason to why I'm making these is because I eat like shit. My diet is terrible, and so this is pure veggies. A little bit of veggies makes me feel healthy. I should also say, if you are drunk cooking like me, I'm not hammered at the second, and I won't be until I'm done with cooking all this and like cutting at the very least. Please don't get hammered and start cutting with a very sharp knife. I have cut myself pretty severely with a knife in the past, to where I still have a scar on my finger and no feeling in my fingertip to this day, because I was trying to open a package of sausages with a sharp knife, and that was sober. That was while I was sober. Alright, so we did the carrot. I guess I'm gonna do that red thing. Beet. Oh my god, I forgot the name right after I told you guys about it. I'm just gonna do this in like small, like triangular slices, basically. So we'll do that, we'll cut it into 4. And then I'll just shave these off. So that's basically what they're gonna look like. We'll break some of these up too. I guess to get them out of the way, we'll do the habaneros. So these things are pretty big too. Especially this one, this is a massive habanero. This might make it very spicy. And I am going to take the seeds out of them, because I don't want them to be that spicy. Alright, it's the majority of the seeds gone, so now I'm just gonna cut these in little strips. So that's what we got so far. Now last thing we gotta do is the cucumbers to make, you know, traditional pickles. I am gonna cut off the ends. And then basically I'm just gonna do these the same as the carrots and just have them be like the little pickle chips. Alright, so I got everything cut up. It's a nice little mountain of stuff right here. And so what I'm gonna do now is the part that I was not looking forward to. So this is where we boil the water and the vinegar and that kind of stuff together. And this is also the part that makes my house smell like shit. My house is about to smell like some nasty ass feet for probably a couple hours. First, before I throw in the water and the vinegar, I am going to throw the garlic in the pan first, so that I can saute it a little bit and kind of cook it down just a little, so I'm not just throwing a bunch of raw garlic into it. I'm gonna turn this on to medium low. And then I'm going to also be honest, I have no idea how much of this to throw in, but I feel like I'm making a pretty decent bit, so I'm gonna go with quite a lot. I'm gonna let it cook for just a minute. Excuse me! This is a naughty kitty. That's actually the first time that I've seen her just directly jump right onto my stove too. That's something I should probably worry about. Alright, so after looking online and figuring out the best way to do this, it said that while my stuff is going on the stove, the brine and everything, this is when I should start putting the pickles and everything into the jars. I'm gonna try and loosely separate them right now too, so I know how much of each that I'm adding. But that looks alright, because I'm gonna add more anyway. So now I'm just gonna grab this directly and start throwing stuff in these. After I cut the habaneros, I touched my nose. That was a very stupid thing to do. Look how nice that looks. It looks healthy. I feel myself getting healthier just by making this. As you can see, These have gotten very crispy to the point that I've probably dried them out and possibly ruined them. They're very sticky now too. But it does mean that they're breaking down a little bit. At this point, I'm going to add a little bit of that, the scotch that I was going to add. Not to, add alcohol to it right now, but it's going to help deglaze the bottom of it. Just a little splash in there. So deglazed the bottom, broke them up a little bit, got rid of the stuck parts that were cooking on the pan. So now I'm going to simmer this for just a second to let the alcohol actually burn off on this one purposely. All right, so that's simmering down nicely. Most of that liquid's already burned off in there. That's what we were looking for. So now we're going to add in 2 cups of white vinegar. And then on top of that, we're also going to add 2 cups of water. Because all the recipes that I saw claimed that a 1-to-1 ratio of water and vinegar was the best idea. We're gonna let this simmer for a couple minutes. Oh, wait, actually, I forgot. So also into this, we're gonna add about 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of salt. I'm gonna say that's pretty close, maybe a little bit more. All right, and now I'm gonna add about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of just white sugar. And according to online, this doesn't actually make them sweet. It just kind of counteracts the super bitter taste of the vinegar. So now that I got everything in there, we basically just have to wait for this to come to a simmer. All right, and now because I forgot to before, we have to add one more ingredient to these. So this is where we add the fresh dill, if you choose to, if you're making dill pickles like I am. So this is baby dill. I don't know if that makes a difference. And I have no idea how much to add also. So what I'm adding to these, I'm just, little pinch, decent little bit it seems like. But like I said, I don't know anything about this. So for all I know, this could be way too much, or this could be way too little. Nice little layer of dill on each one. So I'm hoping that is a good amount. Online it was saying that we basically just want to heat it up until the sugar and salt are both dissolved, which it definitely is. There's even got a little bit of a simmer going on it. We're going to let this cool down just a very slight bit. It's pretty damn hot right now.
If you're ever in Garden Grove for whatever the reason, most likely because I dragged you out there, just know on every street there's someone growing somewhere.
The only time that I will ever go to Garden Grove is probably when you drive me there for food. There is no reason to ever go to Garden Grove besides that. Remember how I said that I was still filming the video for cooking?
Yeah.
Since I'm waiting for my brine, I was actually recording on my camera and audio recorder, a little bit of this conversation.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, that's cool.
And after everything that we've talked about, I can't include any of this.
Question, actually. Do you have a vacuum pump on you?
No, I do not own a vacuum pump.
Not that kind. Okay, fine.
Alright, I think it's somewhat cool enough, maybe. If one of these cracks, we'll know that it was not cool enough. And we're gonna have to do this in 2 batches. I may not have made enough liquid for this. So if you couldn't tell by that, I didn't make quite enough for that last one. So I split what was in there between all of these. So these should be to a good level now. So I also realized having the beets in here, these are gonna be red pickles. And I'm cool with that. That doesn't bother me. But It might bother some people. I don't care. Oh, wait. Oh my God, I almost forgot. Guys, this is drunk cooking. What am I doing? Duggan's Dew. I'm gonna add just like a little dash of scotch to each one of these. Just a very small bit. I almost forgot the most important part of drunk cooking. What is wrong with me? So now we can close these up. Now I love keeping all these different size jars because you never know what you're gonna use them for. And I mean, I buy stuff anyway, so like I technically get these for free. But yeah, so these ones, the website said to let these sit out for a little bit, room temperature, you know. They should marinate, pickle, whatever the term is, for about a day or two at the very least. So after this, I'll be back in a couple days to let you guys know how these are, and then I'll actually try them too. Sorry this is a two-part video and I'm not getting absolutely trashed in this one. I figured this one's a little bit more professional. Show you guys I actually kind of know what I'm doing and I'm not just some drunk idiot making something in his little tiny half-size kitchen in his one-bedroom apartment. Cheers, and I will see you guys in about, you know what, to be safe, let's call it a week. I am currently recording at the moment, and I probably won't use much that we've talked about so far, but is there anything that you would like to say while you're being recorded?
Half of war is knowledge, and the other half is violence. So, stay violent, my friends.
That was very influential. That was a lot more lighthearted than I thought you were gonna go. Alright guys, the time has come. I'm here to taste my pickle. And I'm just gonna break open this little one. But first, because drunk cooking, obviously, gotta crack open a bad boy.
Shades Brewing Company out of Utah, the Bike Series, Thai Tom Kha American Style Sour Ale with coconut, lemongrass, galangal, kaffir leaf, and lactose.
A little ASMR there for you. Yeah, that's a weird beer. But I like my weird ones. I put beets in this, so these pickles are bright red. I'll show you a close-up real quick. Pull these out to make it look all fancy. So apparently it's a common theme for me to f*** up the recording and have to do this again. So we're doing this again. I have my drink here that I may or may not have already introduced in that first part that I did. Since I already did this, it'll be a little bit of a spoiler alert. This is good. I really like this. Holy shit, that's a good pickle. That's actually a really good pickle. Damn, that tastes like a pickle. So this one is the carrot, and I put mostly carrots in here because I really like pickled carrots. And it's still very crispy, very crunchy. And you definitely get that pickling flavor there. It's really nice. And it's not all that spicy with the habanero in here. I thought it would be a lot spicier, but it actually turned out really well. Like, it's a kick in the back, but it's not crazy. Like, I feel like a lot of majority of people could eat these. Whoop, ignore that. So this one is a little piece of the cut up habanero itself. And so we'll see how spicy this is directly. Yeah, most of the spice from it is gone now, because that spice that was in there has been dispersed through everything else in here also. Paper towel on here so you guys can see how red some of this stuff actually is. Next up, we have the good old classic pickles themselves. So these ones look insane. I don't know how well you can see that, but these are bright red pickles. They have the green rim on the outside with the like reddish pink interior. These look like Christmas pickles. This might be a recipe that I start making for Christmas. It tastes like a really good dill pickle with spice in the background. That's really nice. So I did get a little bit experimental for this. I didn't really know how this was going to turn out, but it turned out surprisingly well. I really like this. Is the beets themselves. It's very, very crispy, very crunchy. Yeah, it still has that beet flavor to it. It has more of its original flavor than any of the other vegetables in here do. Like this one I could still tell you is a beet. The other ones just taste like, you know, pickled vegetables. In a good way, of course. I've only marinated these for about a day. These will continue to get better going longer than this. Like ideally 3 to even 5 days probably. They'll have a lot more flavor. But for just a single day, my first time pickling and doing an experimental recipe like this, I am incredibly surprised. And this is why I love doing stuff like this. You do weird shit and you find some really good stuff by accident sometimes. So I've thought about if I keep doing these drunk cooking videos and people really like them, I actually want to do a drunk cookbook. Username Nick presents the drunk cookbook. But if that's something that you guys would be interested in, please let me know, because that's something that I would love to do. I'd love to publish my own book. This is really good. I encourage you to make this yourself. It did turn out bright red, which I feel like is very interesting for pickles. So it's kind of a cool thing to make for people. And it was easy and cheap too. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Hopefully it won't be another 3 months until I make another drunk cooking video. I really, really want some recommendations because all these other ones have just been stuff that I have made off my brain. So let me know what you guys want to see. I'd love to do that. And I will see you in the next one. Cheers. If I really wanted to make these death pickles, I should have made them even hotter. I should have thrown some other stuff in these too. And I will see you in the next one. Peace. I don't know what is this? Peace.